Sexy.
Hi guys, Identity here from philwithskill.com with a first impression of Blood Brothers 2. After being a fan of Blood Brothers 1, I was kind of waiting for Brothers 2 to be released in order to play it, because I have full trust in Dana creating and publishing a good game which is fun to play and enjoyable in overall altogether. It is like Blood Brothers 1, of course. It is a card/creature collecting game. In this game they are like shown as army types. However, in the basics it's still a card or a creature collecting game. So not so much different. The difference comes is in the missions and the battlefields, which you have to move strategically first units before you engaging the enemies. The battle itself then is round based. You select 3 of your army types to fight in a specific round, and the system, of course, is rock, paper, scissors, with for example archers winning against knights, or melee troops and cavalry is winning against archers, and those knights, melee troops, are winning against cavalry. So it's very basic, still strategic enough to have fun and enjoy your strategic options. On the battlefield itself, before you engage those battles against certain army types, you have to move your units quite strategically. If someone is able to capture your fortress, your point of origin, you're going to lose instantly, so you need to be aware there is a limitation of rounds which you can use per battlefield. So you need to be well aware how you're using and how you're moving your units over the battlefield. So there is quite a strategic depth in it, which is very enjoyable to play it. This strategic depth on how moving over the battlefield, however, is only in the missions from the storyline. It doesn't appear in the arena. In the arena you're just selecting your army composition, and then with the same system selecting over 3, fighting against the enemy in round-based turns. So in arena there's a little bit less strategic and more dishing it out. Therefore they are faster, and I think that's a good thing. The energy, the amount of energy which you're having in the beginning is feels quite low. In the first missions you are spending 5 energy points on one battlefield, on one story mission, and later 15 energy per mission, which feels like a lot. And my first impression was that it's quite energy expensive to progress in the storyline. However, the missions and the arena fights are taking quite some time to be completed, and therefore the energy in the same time is replenishing already. So while really playing the game, I figured out that actually you don't have so many downtimes for waiting for your energy to replenish. And that's of course what we player want. We want to play the game and not wait till our energy is replenished. Of course, you always have the possibility for our real money currency to replenish your energy, but that's something which is nowadays normal, but kind of annoying, because again, we want to play, we don't want to have downtimes. But it's not that bad, like I said. The progression of the creatures for your army types is made quite simple. On the one hand, you can just upgrade them by leveling them, by fighting with those army types. You can level them by spending gold on them, which has a feature that there is no downtime, meaning that if you invest gold to level them up, it is instantly. You don't need to have to wait a certain amount of time, and you don't have to speed up this process for real money currency, which of course is something which is really good, because those annoying waiting downtimes like all the other games are really annoying. The game, therefore, as a first impression, is really good. It's really fun to play. The storyline is quite intriguing and put in a way that it's actually fun to participate in the storyline, to read it. Another feature which I very much like, as everybody knows in those kind of games, you have always like one pack per day free to get creatures, to get new army types. In Blood Brothers 2 it is this way that actually 3 times per day you can get a free pack for all the 3 times over the day. You can log in and you get a free pack, and this of course is very nice to raise the amount of army types and creatures which you have. A lot of people actually complain about the fact that buying a new creature seems more expensive than in Blood Brothers 1, and if you just compare the values, it is definitely more expensive to buy a pack in Blood Brothers 2 than Blood Brothers 1. However, I wouldn't be too fast to judge about this aspect, because those are completely 2 different games, and how it actually develops in Blood Brothers 2, how many army types you can get for free and how fast your progress is. I would be not too fast to jump on conclusions if it is really more expensive or if it's just a different system, and therefore the balance somehow is still there. This is my first impression of Blood Brothers 2. It is a very positive one. I definitely recommend for everyone to try it out if you're into this kind of type of game, especially with the fact that Blood Brothers 2 is a little bit of a darker theme. Nowadays there is this, everyone is creating games which can be shipped to a broad audience, like a little bit more comic-like, a little bit more very colorful. Blood Brothers 2 has a more darker scheme. It is more, it feels more mature, more well, violent. Well, not violent, but more darker, more mature. So definitely try it out if you guys are into those kind of games. This is Identity from filmwithskill.com. Enjoy your day, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you're up to date when the next tips and tricks for Blood Brothers 2 are coming out, guidelines, and specifically on events which we can expect that Dana will launch in the future. I will give you all the information which you guys need to be on top of everything.